actually going to work. Maybe. Oh my goodness. This might actually work. We have a simulcast finally. Now, is this going to be... How will this work? Because I am legitimately simulcasting right now. And I'm trying to figure out if it's actually conflicting or not. By the way, thank you to my boy Jordan Znorotny. Total stud, by the way. So it looks like only one is streaming. Huh. So I think the one that's actually streaming is... lame. So it's not actually letting me... Maybe I needed a different stream key or something. I feel like in some way this should allow me to do this. Let me see if the stream key is a little bit different. There's got to be something here. It's the same stream key. Well, it may not be as possible as I once thought. I guess it's not allowing me to stream simultaneously, or at least maybe it is. Well, I guess so far this is the Meld Studio debut. I may not be able to simulcast at the same time with one vertical, one horizontal. That sucks. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to, but... Okay, so it's saying... Okay, so more than one ingestion is using the primary URL. Send one stream to the primary ingestion URL. And one stream to the backup. Oh, I see. I see what's happening. So I need to send this. Maybe I could send the vertical to the backup. I think is how I could do this. Let's send it. Oh, it won't let me change it. Huh. Ah, lame. It's not gonna let me do the backup, is it? I guess I could stop it real quick. No, it doesn't stop it. Hold on, I may be able to stop it momentarily. And then change the settings. Ah, here we go. Put it in the backup. And then hopefully that works. It's a long shot, but let's give it a try. So we might have just figured it out. Might have. Yeah, that's still a long shot, though. So let's take a look at the content. But I do want to thank my buddy Jordan. Jordan Nowotny. Hell, he's a creative motherfucker. That's one thing I'll tell about. He's a creative dude. But I was starting to think maybe I could simulcast to TikTok. You know what I mean? I can get a following on TikTok pretty easily. So I was like, this might be an opportunity, even though I think TikTok sucks. But it might be fun to try. Is the thing. So trying is half the battle. Maybe. I don't know if this is actually letting me do this. Hold on, let me take a look at the YouTube channel. So if I go to youtube.com and I go to my channel, like, does it show that I'm actually streaming too? And we'll see here in a second. Now, there's one thing I was hoping to see, and that's the chats. So there's a couple things about this that I don't like. I don't see any live chat stuff. And I guess I could add some chat. I do admit Meld Studio is pretty cool. There are a few things that I am not aware of with this. I will admit I like OBS better. I think it has more tools that I can utilize to my advantage. But all things considered, Meld Studio is attempting streaming software to use. It is honestly a great broadcasting software. So I'll give them props for sure. But let's see if it is actually simulcasting. If it is simulcasting, I'm very excited. If it's not, I'll live with it. It is not simulcasting. That sucks. I'm so sad. Well, do you guys think I should put myself on TikTok then? Maybe we could simulcast to TikTok. I actually don't know how to. It's going to be interesting, man. This is fun. There's a lot of cool stuff on here, though. I'll give them props on that. I don't know, man. This is tough. Because I would love to be able to stream in a separate stream. But I don't think it's going to let me. And by the looks of it, though, I don't think I got a lot of options. Well, having said all that, I guess I can finish off the stream. So this will be the horizontal stream, I guess. So Meld Studio overall, I really love the interface. I'm just going to say that right now. Very good interface. It's frustrating that the stream... It's a lot easier to simulcast using OBS, for sure. Using OBS and Streamlabs separately. When I say simulcast, though, I think it's better that I don't simulcast, to be honest. I've been thinking about it lately. I think it's better that I do like a horizontal live stream, then a vertical, then a horizontal, then back and forth, I think that would be probably the best formula for this show. I think more like a 30-minute horizontal one, just because they're a little more archived. But yeah, overall, this is, I feel like this is a more cut version of OBS. Like, it has a lot of great natural features to it, and it makes getting set up very, very simple. I don't exactly know how I sound on this. I feel like there is very much a lack of control with a lot of this stuff, and I think that's my biggest criticism, is the lack of fundamental control on this. I just realized I was also talking over myself. But no, overall, pretty satisfied with what this is. Well, yeah, I don't plan on making this a very long stream. I guess I could take a look at the chat, though, see if anybody's actually chatting in. No, nobody's in the chat at the moment. Yeah, a little disappointing. And then maybe there's something I'm doing wrong. I know it'd probably be easier to simulcast. It's funny because I can actually simulcast properly using Streamlabs and OBS, but I hate using the virtual camera for OBS. I mean, I could in theory. Here's another thing I could do. I could actually get myself a separate camera. You know what I mean? Like another camera in general. That would sit on the monitor, but it's really not my style. I mean, look, I love simulcasting. I think simulcasting's fantastic. But at the same time, I think I just got to go back to the natural one at a time. You know, I think doing both at the same time is not as... It's a little more counterintuitive. And I think if I just do 30-minute horizontals and maybe 1 hour live verticals, it would balance out a little bit. But yeah, Meld Studio, really, this is a cool program, and I do want to start fiddling around with it more often, keep it up to date, and look up more tutorials on it. Maybe there's some things that I don't understand about it, which is very possible, by the way. There's a lot of stuff I probably don't understand about this, but audio-wise, I think what's really neat about this is it seems like the audio itself, the management of the audio is done for you, which I got to admit is really handy. That's huge. So yeah, huge advantages. I think that there's something that's kind of cool is that there's the clipping feature in this, but I don't really need that because I have an editor, like I have an AI editor that edits my content for me, so I can create little short clips out of my long form stuff any day of the week, which is really fun. Yeah, I guess this is, I don't know what to think about this here. I will say, though, very impressive. I just wish I was able to properly link up with my, you know what I mean? Because, like, I'll give you an example. Whenever I want, I can, I guess you could say it's a lot easier to simulcast with two different programs. Now, when I say simulcast, here's what I mean. Casting to the exact same streaming service in two separate formats is easy if you have two separate programs, believe it or not. It's actually easier to do the two separate programs thing that I was doing, oddly enough. But huge shout out to my boy Nowotny. I got him in the title of this video just because he deserves a shout out. He's such a cool dude. Like, I got to admit, one thing I will say about my boy Jay Nawatz is that he's very creative. That's the one thing I love about Jordan. He's a cool dude. He's fucking creative. Like, I'm glad he showed me this because this is actually a really cool program. This makes setting up a lot of stuff very easy. A lot easier than I anticipated too. I was able to import my OBS settings fairly easily too. I don't know how good the settings will do me, if I'm going to be truthful, but I will say this. Meld Studio makes it to where you don't have to think about the audio settings. I think that's a huge thing. That actually makes it a lot more fun to use than OBS, if I'm going to be quite honest here. And I may even start doing more horizontal streams on this particular on Meld. I'm actually considering it just the more I think about it, but I have to think things through a little bit. I think I just need to do streams one at a time. And look, I'm one of those guys. I love simulcasting. Like, I'm obsessed with simulcasting to the same service with different formats. Because the vertical and the horizontal, you name it. Got to play with those. And this is huge, though. I got to admit, straight up, and the video quality looks fantastic. I'm looking at the video quality right now, and I'm like, damn, this looks really, really good. So, overall, I'm trying to think how I even want to start doing this, but I may start using this more often. And it depends on how good the videos sound, like how good the quality is, how good the quality of it looks. I mean, so far I can tell that it's looking pretty all right. Like, I'm pretty impressed with the way this looks on live stream. Really cool, though. Feeling good. Look how buff I'm getting, you guys. Look at this. Stretching out my arms, dude. I've been doing those long pull-ups, like just been doing this and stuff. But yeah, feeling buff, feeling tough. Getting that jump shot ready. NBA playoffs are on right now. This is crazy. Let me take a look at the scoreboard. Okay. Oh, shit. All right, so the Nuggets are down by 11. It's 30 seconds left in the third quarter, 79-90. The Clippers are actually the better team, talent-wise, but the Nuggets, man, the Nuggets have somehow found a way to turn this into a crazy series. Like, I'm very, very impressed. But yeah, so far 79-90, Clippers ahead. Insane. Hell yeah. But S47AS says, hey, I know this guy. What up, G-Dog? So we're doing a little Meld studio, which is kind of cool. I have to admit, I'm really enjoying using Meld Studio. This is a great program. The simulcasting part didn't work as well as I thought. Clippers have never won a championship yet. You're right. You're right, AS. You're right. It's the thing, man. The Clippers as a franchise, I mean, I don't think they've been around like super duper long. Obviously, the Lakers have been the real, the show in town that everybody wants to see. But, I think there's hopefully I don't know if there's legitimate Clippers fans. I don't know if there's a lot of them. But hey, go Clips, dude. There have been, it's funny. There were a few years where the Clippers were so stacked. When they had like JJ Redick, they had like Chris Paul, they had DeAndre Jordan back in the day, they had Blake Griffin. Dude, it was crazy about those Clippers teams if we're thinking about it. Those teams should have won a fucking championship. There was like a good 3 years. I was like, dude, why are you guys getting eliminated in like the second or the first round? You guys are stacked and you guys are fucking talented. So like the Clippers, honestly, in my opinion, should have won a championship already. They just won. I think they had Doc Rivers as their coach, and that was a bad call. Doc Rivers, I cannot stand him. He is the example of falling upward. He is not a good coach at all. That man is an excuse maker. I've never seen a worse coach. The Nuggets only won. Yep, the Nuggets only won once. They won with Jokic, I think, in 20. Was it 2021? It might have been 2022. I can't remember. It might have been the 2022 finals. Bro, back in, so AS is saying, bro, back in like 07, 09, the Clippers were good. Yeah. Yes, for sure. Yes, I will say this, man. Doc Rivers is not. But yeah, Doc Rivers is not a good coach. I'm not a fan of Doc, man. He's just, I think he's a good dude. I just think that he is a very incompetent coach. Like, he's had multiple opportunities to win another ring. And he's had a lot of talent, by the way, in those opportunities. So I think it's just a matter of coaching at the end of the day. And I will say this, Doc Rivers has been milking that one ring that the Celtics got for a while now. So, all things considered, go current Celtics, you know. But yeah, and you know, it's not me to trivialize. I mean, he's definitely a championship coach because he won one championship. I just think that sometimes mediocre coaches win championships because they have the star power, you know. And that's the thing, man. I think it's really just a star power thing. If you got good players, you got good players, and you know you still need a decent coach, but. Oh man. Well, I don't think I'm going to stay on here too long. I'm going to eat some pizza because I'm hungry, and yeah, I'll have to look into simulcasting on this a little bit more. Oh, there is an actual button for chat. Holy crap. But is the chat for this one? Yeah, it's tricky. So it's only letting me do the like I said, the horizontal stream. I thought it was going to let me do vertical and horizontal at the same time. Wishful thinking on my end. My bad. But see, AS says Doc Rivers is cucking right now. The Bucks fell out. Yep. Yeah, I think this might be the end of Doc Rivers' coaching career, man. The Bucks made a horrible decision making him the coach. He really, it's shocking. He really is he's going to go down as one of the worst coaches ever to win at least one championship. That's saying something. Like, that's bad. Like, the rest of his career has been, you know, you think he'll get better as a coach, but I don't think he has. And, like, a lot of it happens like this. If you don't win a championship, you have to reevaluate your coaching ability, or your coaching technique, I should say. I think you can get better at anything. I really do. You just have to figure out what you did wrong. I think the problem with Doc Rivers, and I've seen a lot of his post-game interviews, is he's so busy blaming everybody else. He doesn't blame himself at all for inadequate play. What's the word? For inadequate plays that he drew up on the drawing board, you know. There's more to coaching than just writing plays on a whiteboard. You know, it's conditioning your players. It's you know, getting your players ready for the games, watching film. I don't know how much of that he did, but I feel like, man, he's just not. I don't think he gets his teams ready. He's had a lot of talented teams, and they've blown a lot of leads, you know. So it's wild to me, in all actuality. Let's see. Jack's Cab Confession says, Garza, I'm here because you're amazing. Thank you. Hey, Jack's Cab, thank you, partner. I appreciate it, bud. Can you guys hear me all right? Just saying. Like, so I think I will admit this audio in Meld Studio is unbelievable. I just wish I could actually see the audio settings for myself. Like, I could see a few things, but I can't see, like, anything, really. Hold on. Is that... Maybe it's working? I don't know. Oh, okay. Well... Yeah, some of these settings in Meld, I'm not too sure. But I'm sure it makes me sound all right. I'm sure it adapts and figures things out. This is one of the better programs I've used. It definitely takes the audio engineering part of it out of the equation, which is nice. But at the same time, I do enjoy fiddling around with the audio settings and making them just right. I want to look that up. Does Meld Studio? One moment. Does Meld Studio allow me to configure the audio on my Yeti mic? Oh. Interesting. I guess there are things I can add to this. Yes. Maybe. No. It's a little tricky. Magic mic. I don't know what this is doing exactly, but delete one of them. I guess the gain's better. Okay, it's making a little bit higher. I don't know how high, but we're looking at a higher gain, I guess. Magic mic level is moderate high. I still don't know what some of these settings are. I'm not going to lie. I know how I have my OBS audio configured, especially for the compression settings, but this, I'm going to have to listen to the way the audio sounds. I just wish I had a better understanding of how I can configure OBS just like this. Huh. Oh, Jesus, Jack's Cab. Come on, man. Who's the best coach in the Q finals? Let's see right now. I don't know. It's somebody, though. All right, you guys, I am hungry. I'm going to eat something. Normally, I would eat in front of you guys, but I don't feel like it today. I just want to eat in peace. I may do another live stream here in a little bit. I may even experiment a little further. Try out something new. I may do that. But this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting to test this out a little further. I may start using this a little more often, but if you guys can let me know, how is the audio sounding? Like, do I sound too loud? Does it sound like it's decent? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't sound too crazy. And hopefully the audio doesn't seem a little too off. Like, for instance, the audio is matching the lips, for example. But is the audio sounding good? Does it match with my lips, for instance? Because I have just the right configurations. Audio's loud. Hold on. Now, is the audio typically loud, would you say? Let's see. No, it sounds crisp. All right. Well, so AS is saying crisp. Hold on. So AS is sounding sounds crisp. Jack's Cab is saying sounds crispy. What are you saying, dog? I guess the gain. Whoa, that's too much. Whoa. Whoa. I guess I could eliminate the gain. Let's just delete the gain. I guess that would make it to where, yeah, I mean, I don't know if Magic Mike is making this. So I don't know. I'll have to look up more settings on this. Oh, it does sound pretty good. Okay. Well, I'm always trying to configure something to make it sound better. So there's always got to be a way to make it sound better, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm really liking this Meld Studio program. I like the fact that it's free, just like OBS. Of course, I'm still going to have the trifecta. I'm still going to keep Streamlabs on my computer. Still going to keep OBS on here. I'm going to try to configure Meld Studio to be kind of another go-to. I'm going to try to find a way to use Meld a little bit. I'm going to try to be creative with it. But as far as it goes, though, this is really neat. I still think I'm probably going to use OBS for the most part. Just standard OBS and Streamlabs as well. But we'll see. We'll see what the future holds on it. Gotta experiment with this shit. All right. Well, I'll catch you all later. And I think I am out. Catch y'all later.